Keep up to date everywhere. News Talk 820 WBAP.
In the WBAP newsroom.
As we wind down the year, it's important to think about stuff like this. A recent study that came out from Prudential shows that 30 to 50% of Americans, U.S. workers, are uninformed on retirement savings. Just uninformed. Even though you heard it from your parents, that's your job as a parent to do that to your kids, to walk them through the process so they're prepared. And yet 30 to 50% are uninformed. Clark Hodges joins us right now, a financial strategist at Hodges Capital. I guess we start with, how does that happen to begin with, Clark?
Well, it's one of those things that you try to put off in your mind because there's so many other things going on. When you have an economy that's not grown very much in the last 10 years, you really struggle to just live paycheck to paycheck. And the thought of putting money aside for 30 and 40 years down the road is just one thought that just goes out your mind. You don't want to deal with it at that moment.
We've become such a consumerism-driven society as well, too. It's almost as much keeping up with the Joneses. I got to buy that. I got to have that. They've got one of those, and that takes priority often, doesn't it?
That's exactly right. The biggest problem we all have today is that we're going to outlive our money. People are living longer today than they ever have, and when you're living longer and you still think you should retire at 65 or so, you've got 20 years, sometimes 30 years after that to live on the money that you set aside for retirement. So people are going to outlive their money. So they need to be thinking about investing that money for the retirement and beating inflation as they go along for these 20 and 30 and 40 years that they invest for their retirement.
My dad always preached to me, take 20% and put it in savings. Whatever it's investments or savings, I'm doing the same with my kids. Most everybody's, preaching that to their children. Is that a good number to use, or does there come a point where it's even too late for that?
Oh, that's a great number. If you're doing 20%, you are so far ahead of the game. It's wonderful. 10% is wonderful too. So you need to save as much as you can. If you're not in a retirement plan, at least be saving something that's non-retirement money, because that's really the key. Is you need to be saving 10% of every dollar that comes through your hand. And we as American consumers pay a lot of our money towards interest. You have your mortgage, your car payment, and the less interest you can pay over a lifetime is more money that you keep. And so try to pay as little interest as you can, but save 10% of everything that goes through your hand. You'll be very well off and very satisfied with that savings rate if you can actually do it.
All right, Clark Hodges, financial strategist, Hodges Capital.